I have this thing where like if a camera is on or something like that, that there's recording, there's somehow it's like a atom being observed. Like somehow the just the pure act of observation is something that changes things. I think I'm a pretty self-aware person, but I think there's also ways in which I'm very not self-aware. And there's also ways in which I'm perhaps overly aware. Too aware. I don't need to be this aware about myself. Or like maybe not aware of myself, but like sometimes I just ask myself, like, who am I? Like what? Like seriously? Like who? Who am I tonight? Who am I right now? Uh, am I wearing pants? Like what am I? Oh, should I put on like boots? Is it a boot night? Is this a boot thing? I'm riding my bike, so maybe boots. So like if I'm wearing boots, so like then what I'm gonna, and it's not even like a like a gender thing sometimes, although sometimes that is like a thing of like I just don't want to be a dude right now, like please, like let me just be a lady, which is it's so nice. It's just so nice. But then there's times where it's not even about gender. It's just like I don't know who's in this skin, like right now, and I can get like overcome by this like social anxiety. I think that like that's what I have to kind of call it. Sometimes it's just like a like things are like building up and I don't know, and like there's like a little thing and then a little thing like ooh, like I don't like this. I don't like how this underwear fits, or like these my riding gloves, or like oh, I'm gonna be late, or I don't have enough time to like take my time. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be rushed, and now I don't want to be rushed. I don't like being rushed, so now I'm not gonna do it. God damn it, you know what I mean? Sometimes like I worry about people. I worry about what people think of me. Always. I mean, like, I think everyone does, but I think that, like, I think I've always had, like, a complex since I was, like, a kid. And I remember there's, like, this one moment we were doing an improv scene on my porch, like, all my friends and my siblings, and we're having such a great time, or da-da-da, and we're filming, and I'm actually kind of cool. I'm okay with it being filmed or whatever, with, like, this old camcorder. It was funny. And we're just playing games, and then I see a dude walk by, and I'm just like, man, there's a guy in the street. And I just panicked. And I was like, sometimes I'm kind of shy. And then like other times I'm like, I'm gonna make the cool decision here. I'm the cool dude. I make cool decisions. And then some other times I like totally fuck up, and I'm like, I don't really know who I am or what I'm doing. And you always want to like put on a good face for people and be like, yeah, I got my shit together. But maybe you don't have your shit together, or maybe you have it like mostly together, or you're getting it together, like, or like you have like most of it together, but today was a bad day in this one department, so like that's kind of like not that great, you know what I mean? So it's weird on talking to phones because like you're like up here, like, oh, you're the little dot there that I can't really see because it's like really dark out anyway, but then also like, oh, here's my eyeball right here, I'm looking at my eyeball now, or I talk whatever. I'm a weirdo. I say weird things sometimes, and I think about like, oh shit, like all the dumb shit I've ever said, and it's actually not. Fortunately, I think that things are usually pretty passing. That like I'm not still thinking about like some stupid thing that I said in 8th grade. Shit, what did I say in 8th grade? Oh man, there's a thing that I said. Oh, maybe I gave a girl a poem. Yeah, that was dumb. But whatever. Like I don't really go through those things anymore. But like currently, sometimes I do, especially if I'm into something. Like I said something dumb. I look like an asshole. I'm more eloquent than this. I try to write. I try to get my words right. I spend a lot of time on words. I spend a lot of time thinking about words and what words mean. And then when I just do this like vocal, bleh, like fart, mouth, diarrhea, vocabulary, whatever, you know what I'm saying. It's just not groovy gravy. It's not gravy groovy. It's not groovy gravy, you know? Hey, gravy. It's not It's not groovy. It's gravy. It's gravy, baby. That's great. Ooh, I like that. I feel like I'm more like myself with myself by myself, but I'm also like much more an idiot and a clown, and I don't really know like what I'm doing. It's nice when I go to work sometimes, and especially nowadays, where it's just like, wow, actually, I kind of know what I'm doing right now. Like, when did that happen? Shit. Like, I think this is a bad idea. And then also days where I'm like, oh man, I was totally like this today. Like, why was I like that? And like re-examining things. I think a lot about things. Ugh, goddamn. I love me. I love me and I fucking hate me. I feel like I don't hate me. I really like me. I'm the best conversationalist I have that I've ever met. That's not true. I'm sure there's better people at conversation, but no one can keep up with me like I do. Which is very hard, and I don't blame anyone for keeping up with me, because like sometimes like I'll just be like in the middle of a thought or a sentence or something like that, and then I'm just like, and then like, and I don't even really notice that, you know, when I do that, you know, but there's a lot of like stops up here, and then sometimes I've worked out a lot of my vocal stops, but I still have a lot of vocal stops and vocal tics and whatnot, but like whatnot and stuff. I used to say stuff, man, like I had friends that would like count how many times I would say and stuff in a sentence, or like, and it was like chewing gum. Like I would say it like 16 times in a sentence. It was like neurotic. Like I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. I kept chewing on them. Really worked on like my speech pattern, and like the way that people talk is like really important to me, because I don't get it. No, I get it. I mean, I've spent a life, I think, studying human behavior and as like a personal kind of pet project or whatever. I mean, not that I'm like, I mean, I guess all my writings are kind of writings about people, you know, and like as an actor and just like kind of getting into people's heads, and that's dangerous information to have. The more you know, the less you like. Someone once said, and what was it, Frank Zappa? Maybe. Anyway, I'm very verbose sometimes, and when I'm writing, when I'm verbose, I can get it down. With enough time, I can get it down perfectly. I can get down exactly what I mean when I write something, and I don't think that like people understand how much that means to me. I don't think people understand like how important that is. Like I don't really write. I mean, sometimes I write for other people. I write poems about other people or for them, you know, as like a gift. But like sometimes, like most of the time, like I'm just writing because I need to get something out, and I need to say something, and when I write something, it's not, I've been going through this rigorous process of translating, and that's fuck, that's really hard. And I'm really trying, and I know trying is lying. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work, and I slowly but surely. I'm very slow at everything. I go at my own pace, really. Sometimes that pace is very fast, and like other times it's very slow. I mean, I should have been born an ant. Sometimes people call me Slow Dottie, and I kind of like that, but I also like, I know it's kind of a rib. It's a ribbon. It's a rib. Bows in her hair. I got a girlfriend with bows in her hair, and nothing is better than that, is it? Down in the basement, we hear the sounds of machines. And the hot feelings. What do you know? Everything's free. You wanna wait, but here we go again. I got a girlfriend. It's better than that. Nothing is better than this. Is it? Anyway, I'm botching it. I botch up lyrics. I can't remember anything worth like for shit unless I actively dedicate myself to remembering something. But I do have like a good like I do have a good memory for like certain types of language. Um, I don't always remember everything that everyone says ever, but I do typically remember the gist of things. I can kind of paraphrase. I always had like a memory like a sponge. If I read something, I could like recite it back to you. I was like, boom, there's this fact. I read it in a book. And I'm always like full of weird random facts. Like, oh, did you know that like that opossums are different from possums, and like the American opossum is the one that we typically think of. I'm making an opossum puppet, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have a puppet. Like how cool! How cool is that? It is really cool, actually. Anyway, I'm like, it's really nice. I just, sometimes I need to just like talk to people, and I don't always have someone to talk to, so I talk to myself a lot. Yeah, it's nice. We listen. There's a few of us in here. Like I don't, like obviously like I'm myself. Like I'm like whatever it is that we as a human race that we decide is like this is who we are, or like this is what we are, this like experience. Like I mean, this is weird. Like I am an experience. Like this, like my experience is literally my reality. Is really like, there's like this reality that we like agree on that is like happening around us, but it's also like it's just I mean, when you think about it, it's just like bizarre that like I am I mean, I am because not because I think, but it's like I am because I am. Like I am, like I'm happening right now, and I don't always know what I am. And I'm really comfortable with this ambiguity, but I think that excuse me, I get into these like moments where I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like lost. I think, but I don't mind being lost. Like I guess I feel like, like I'm gonna get to where I'm gonna go. Like, and it's probably gonna take me a really long time, because most people, I think they're like, oh, gotta go, do, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that thing. uh, uh, oh yeah, I gotta do that thing. um, what was I doing? So it's not really it's slow going, so like I go in like random bursts, and I know it's like I need to have more discipline, and like that's like a life worth living, and maybe it is, but maybe I'm just wrong and I just need to be that disciplined, but um, maybe that's not how I have to live my life. Like maybe it's okay that I want to enjoy myself. Maybe it's okay to just have a good time, and the world's ending, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's on the way. Maybe, hopefully, I hope so, and I'm down to help out. I think I'm caught up in my own life, and I haven't been as cognizant of I've been cognizant, but I haven't been as active, and I think I've been fighting small fights on my own front, in my own way, in a way that's different, in an unconventional way, and it's hard to see like yourself and your potential and like what you can do, what you're really capable of. And there's all these people that are just like go fucking go for, you know, like work hard at it, you know. And I think they're right. I think it's also something of like, there's a level of privilege that comes with like being able to chase your dreams. Maybe I'm privileged and I'm just wasting it. That's fair. I don't really have any excuses for not chasing my dream. I'm just not always sure what that is. And I've been complacent, and I know that I don't know. I just know that I just want to enjoy life. I think that I don't want to say we're completely doomed. I'm not a complete nihilist. It's just I'm trying to take hold of my life, take charge of my life. What am I trying to say? I'm working on it, and I think I'm getting better, and I think you gotta give yourself a break, and I think there's ways to always improve. So I'm not trying to let myself off the hook. Anyway, I want to be in love. I want to have kids. I want to have a family. I want to have like an art career, you know. I worry that like I've just like wasted so much of my life that I've just like dawdled around. But but at the same time, I think that like I'm pretty blessed right now. I think with some exceptions, like my life is going pretty well. I'm very happy about that. And it's not that I'm like some raging success, but people call me to work because they want to work with me, or they respect, you know, my abilities and my knowledge, and I don't know, like I'm good at something. It's not art necessarily, but it's also creative, and like I get to, and it's also kind of like part of my dream. It's like I'm building this dream. Like maybe I think I've got a lot more time on my hands than I've really got. That might be true. That might be really true. I know I don't look like I always look sleepy, and I'm always like sleepy-eyed, and like my eyes are totally wide open. Like this is like me going like but normally I'm just like this, so it looks like I'm always asleep. Which is kind of true. Man, am I like the sleepy dude? Am I the sleepy dude? Shit. I'm the sleepy dude. I knew it. I knew it from the moment you walked in the room. Sometimes I don't think I'm funny. I mean, like, I have a good sense of humor, I think. I enjoy my sense of humor. And sometimes it's fucking dark. It's dark as shit. Sometimes it's inappropriate, and I'm constantly learning like boundaries with people, my own boundaries. I'm learning a lot about my own boundaries now, and that's really empowering and hard, and like also really cool. It's really fucking awesome when people respect your boundaries. Like, it sucks when people don't respect your boundaries, but it's also like not only is it like, yeah, the negative's negative, but like the positive is like, wow, like that shit's hot. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have I said, you know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I mean. I know, this is a long ass fucking video. I don't know if I'll even put this on anything. Maybe I'll just put it on YouTube and let time forget it. there's so much that just things are, time forgets. There's so much fucking data out there. That's one of my like true joys, and that no one will ever watch anything of yours, but then like years later, like something will surface, like someone will find something, and it's just like, you know, I mean, if you're an asshole and you find out some like fucking dirt on you, like, yeah, you're a creep. And I'm sure I've been a creep in some ways in my past, and like, you know, I at this point I almost feel like an old man or something like that, where I'm just like, yeah, I was a creep, man. I was a shitty dude. It's just not a great feeling, but also it feels good to know that, like, but like, I don't give a shit anymore, and because I did feel guilty. I processed that. I'm like, I was a shitty dude. Damn. Oh. And then that like guilt really fucking racked me for a long time. And guilt is not anything you wanna, and shame is nothing you wanna hold on to for any longer than you need to, which is probably not that long. They're good tools, you know. They're great lesson. They teach great lessons, but anyway. Thank you for just like taking the time to talk. Oh my god, I'm a fucking. It feels good just to say these things out loud. And even if I delete this and no one hears this ever again, it was great. But I feel like I should put this online somewhere. Ugh. I've had this compulsion my whole life, or maybe not my whole life, but most of my life, where I'm just like, from a young age, like I've been putting everything online, and I'm just like, hey, this is what I've been thinking about. This is what I said or did, and sometimes it's not great, and it's really hard, and I'm like way too honest with people, like way like honest to a fault. It is like my honesty is like fucked up my life. I mean, granted, certainly like the lies I've told, you know, or like the ways in which I've been dishonest or less than honest, you know, whatever. Weren't great, you know, but and those have fucked up my life as well. But a lot of times it was just like, here's the truth. Oh shit, you know. Or the times when I just like ran away from the truth, and that fucked up my life a lot. So I feel nowadays just like, let's just be honest. And sometimes I have to think about like, what is the best way to be honest about this thing, because I still need to be honest. But and then like, oh, you know what, you don't have to worry about like not being honest with people, but like you don't have to worry about like, just go fucking live your life, dude. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, you don't have to worry about everything you fucking said or did in your whole life. And that's a big lesson. Getting to be okay with me, and like the stupid shit I do, the bad shit I do, accepting like the good shit I do, that I'm like good at some things, or like I know what I'm talking about in some things, or like I'm valuable like as a human being, or like my feelings are valid, or having valid feelings is a really good feeling. I love having valid feelings. They're the best kind of feelings. It's just nice to be honest with myself and with other people about how I feel, what I want, where I'm going, what I'm doing, and I'm like not hiding or anything like that anymore, and I'm just owning up to it. I'm just like, you know what, I play video games all day. Cool. Whatever, you know? And then I'm like, alright, well, let's do something today. Let's make something happen today. You know, to like not let, you know, I try not to have a 0 day, but I also like a day that you don't get anything done that you need to get done, like even like just like doing laundry, which I need to do laundry now that I think about it. Just chill out. Life is so hard. I hope everyone just like takes a break sometimes and just like goes outside and enjoys the day and just like smells the flowers and just like, there's so much shit out there. Like, life fucking blows. The world is fucking blowing up. Like, there's a lot to be scared about and anxious about right now. And there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of hard stuff we gotta face as a country, as a planet, as a whatever. But I hope people take care of themselves every now and then and again. Like, that's that's like one of my most sincere wishes. Like, I mean, I want to take care of people. Like, I like, if I could just take care of everyone for like my job, like the rest of my life, I would just, I could die happy today. I mean, like, I would have to live my whole life doing that, but in order to do that, but like, I just want people to be happy, and I think that's why I like the coloring book so much. Is like, it doesn't matter who I bring it to. There's so much joy that comes out of people, and I don't know, like, it's on like anything like that I've seen or that I've done in my life. I've been part of like some great shows and some wonderful experiences and big, momentous, meaningful things, but I don't think there's anything more meaningful that I've ever done in my life than to do the coloring book, and just give people these like moments where they can just be whoever they are. I guess I think it's because writing is so important to me, and like my ability that I've like worked so hard on like my whole life to just like be able to express who I am, like even if it's just in like some stupid words on a page. Like, if I could give someone else that opportunity, I think that's really beautiful. My favorite moment is when someone's drawing on me and I can see their face. They're right in like this vicinity. They're like, or whatever, and I can look into their eyes while they're drawing. And it's like looking in the eyes of God, like, I'm not religious, but like, that's like God right there. That's like our fucking souls. Like, that's what we all are. I don't know, like, whatever. Like, it's like the holiest moment I've ever experienced, and I get to see it. I mean, not the whole time that I'm doing it, but sometimes I get to see it. I can feel it too when people are just taking their time, and it feels so beautiful to be a work of art, to be someone else's work of art. I try to be my own work of art, so I try to give that to myself. It's a wonderful thing. I want to be everyone's work of art. Is that Burning Man? And I was doing the coloring book, and I had this thought of just, they were burning all these things, like the man and the temple, and until you go to Burning Man, you don't really understand that, like, here's like this beautiful thing. Someone's paid thousands of dollars and thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands, whatever, and tens of thousands of hours of man hours building these beautiful, beautiful things, and then they just burn them. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, like that, because life is ephemeral and art is and it's here and it's gone. And we burned the temple where all of our feelings were, all of our wishes for loved ones, or all of our wishes for letting things go and saying goodbye and whatever it was you wanted to leave there. And someone asked if I was going to burn the coloring book, and I said no, I can't. I carry all of them. I carry everyone I feel. I carry their hopes and dreams, their jokes and their laughter, their secrets and their wishes. I love it so much. I think I grow most frustrated with myself when I don't rise to the occasion of my own inspiration. And the dream is so big. It used to scare me, and I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of the dream anymore. There's so much work to be done. And I can't keep playing at small potatoes. And it's funny because when I play it small, it's terrible. I mean, it's just not that great. I mean, maybe I've got good technique or skill. I don't know, whatever. I could sing, I could dance. I'm a song and dance man. I mean, not really, but I could sing or dance. I was a modern dancer, but when I really go for it, I know I have something. When it's really there, I know it's there. And I've spent my life in search of it and running away from it and studying it and observing it. I don't know, whatever. And there's moments when I'm in it, and it's just unlike anything you've ever seen, that I've ever seen. And I know it's not usually me. It's not always me. Sometimes it's me. But I'm just boom, we're connected, we're online, and here it is. We're on this golden line, and just climbing this golden rope. As long as you're holding on to it, as long as you keep going, there's just magic. And I know it because I find it in my writing. I searched for it. I hunted it for a long time. And it would come, and then there was just things. There was just a lot of things. But it's somewhere along the line I found it. I found me. I found my expression. They who is the them that is me, the whatever this experience is, I found it on a page that I put there. And that was really beautiful and scary. Um, and for the longest time, I only read my poems to like people that I cared about, or like, oh, I feel like this is the right moment for my poem. Like, I'm gonna read my poem now, or can I share with you my poem? And it was always like a deeply personal, like intimate experience, and I always really, I love that. I think that I'm a performer and I love performing, but I want to just perform for the people that I love, you know? I just want to give these gifts to, I mean, not just, I mean, I love giving the gift to everyone, but there's some things that I'm like, if I could only read you a poem, maybe everything would be okay. Maybe everything would be alright. Maybe you would understand. Maybe I would understand. Cause I don't know who any of you are. I mean, I know how we all work. I know how we work. I know how you work. Mostly. I mean, sometimes I'm an idiot. I think I know, but like, you don't really know. But also, like, kind of like, yeah, but anyway, you know what I mean. How many times I said that? You know. Anyway, I'm just gonna go in circles now. This has been really nice. I'll post it. You're welcome. It feels nice to talk about things. It's weird also in like the social media age of like, oh, people are listening. Maybe they're listening, or like not at all. Maybe, or whatever. We repeat ourselves again. But that like, sometimes you just have to just go say fuck it and be you, and just do you, whoever the fuck you are, and maybe you're gonna get judged by people for it. Maybe for some people it's a turn off when they were turned on. Maybe it was a turn on when they were turned off. Maybe it's a, oh shit, like, I feel the same way. I do the same thing. I'm experiencing something similar. I've got my own one of those. And that's cool. And I'm really glad when my process can help other people. 'Cause it's a doozy. I'm confident, but I still get anxious. I still get anxiety. I think I'm pretty good on depression. I think there's moments where I still have bouts of it, but I think I was depressed for a very long time, and I've just done away with it. I'm done with being depressed. It's not just that I want to be happy. It's just that like, shit, I got too much to do. You know, like, I've got a dream and I gotta chase it. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. Maybe I'm taking my time, but I'm getting there, and that's okay. I repeat myself. Anyway. I like growing up. I like growing older. I'm glad that I finally arrived here. I was really lost for a long time. And there's a lot of hard shit ahead. But I feel like I'm ready to face it. I think I know what I want to do. I think I've got a plan-ish. It's all kind of going according to plan, but it's like just like a rough idea in my mind that might be on paper somewhere, but anyway. It feels so good to cry. I wish more men cried. It literally is a detoxifier. It detoxes your system. So like, literally, men could cry their way out of toxic masculinity. Oh man, that would be so good. I just want more men to cry. Just cry. Just cry. I love crying. Oh, it feels so good to cry. I needed to just like get this shit out. I just needed to cry. I just needed a cry. I just needed a good cry. It feels so good to cry. I feel like I had to like put on a dress and just feel the closest that I could feel to what it's like to be a woman. Like, I've imagined that like how I've treated exes, for example, or other women in my life, and like, oh shit, like I was an asshole. That hurt. I can put myself in other people's shoes, and it's like, oh man, like that's heavy. But to also actually put on the literal shoes of another person, of another walk of life, and just, that's really potent. And it's let me be so much more comfortable with my feelings. Because like, I'm not trying to like prove something. I'm not trying to prove to everyone that I'm a dude, that I got a dick, that I got balls, that I like those, that dick likes chicks, like, you know, or whatever. Like, I don't have to prove my gender. I don't have to prove my sexuality. Like, I can just be me, and that's really wonderful and beautiful and great. However the fuck it is, as long as it's like your authentic, real self, like, we're fucking down. I have ice cream. Fuck yeah. But like, I really like that idea, and I'm proud that I've like gone that far, you know, and that I've like I don't always, I think I want to get in better shape. I'm not in great shape. There are ways, like, I know I've been telling myself for a long time, like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that. But I think now I'm like, I'm no longer okay with the state of my life in a number of ways, and like how I treat myself, and like how I set myself up for failure, or, you know, like I want to take better care of my health and my body. I only have this body so long. I'm just not interested in these like unhealthy outcomes anymore, and I'm just not willing to put up with them. Sometimes I think about it, it's just in the moment, like I'm dealing with this thing in the moment, but actually I need to deal with the front end of things in order to like prepare for that moment in the future. Growing up. Anyway, I think slowly but surely I'm getting better. Little by little. think I'm starting to take charge of my life, and I'm just enjoying how that's going. It's really fucking rocking. Good job, Michael. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. I did a really kick-ass rendition of Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Chiroo earlier, and I didn't record it. Of course, recording it just made me think about recording it, and then I was just like, off for the recording. Like, hey, we come full circle here. Like I said, I repeat myself. We have to repeat things in order to remember. Maybe? I guess, I mean, that's all memory is a repetition. A recreation. Alright. Now that I've been pretty honest with myself, or you, whichever, more or less. You know, sometimes I'm not the I appreciate the fact that I'm not always the most reliable narrator. There's a doggy, but no doggy owner. Oh, there they are. Anyway, I'll say goodnight now. Good night.